Hey all, RJ here. Just a few things before we get started in this week's episode. First, a reminder that these first 4 episodes are the prelude to our first main campaign. We're doing this to help us learn how to play D&D 5th edition, so this story uses a pre-made dungeon and different characters than the main campaign will. A link to the dungeon can be found in the episode description if you'd like to check it out yourself. If you'd like to follow us on social media, we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. If you make a post about the show, don't forget to include the hashtag RealmsNerds, all one word, RealmsNerds. If you enjoy the show, don't forget to subscribe to get new episodes as they're released. If you listen through iTunes and could leave a review, we'd also really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to share the show with people you think would like our show, as it is one of the best ways to grow our listener audience. Thank you again to our friend Kyle for composing the main theme to our podcast. We really appreciate it. And once again, thank you for listening. We really appreciate you. And once again, we shall go into the realm of the burial mound of Gilliard, Wolfclan. Previously on Realms and Nerds.
Way back when, Gilliard Wolfclan filled this town with evil spirits. His entire clan banded together and killed Gilliard and all of his cultish followers, sealing them in a mound outside of town. Recently, however, there have been noises coming from inside of the mound.
There is a dark elf in this borough. I used to rule these lands, but when he moved in with his accursed sorcerer, he demoted me. If you will aid me in my quest to kill this elf, then I believe that we can go our separate ways in peace. Behind that door is Skazik and his evil witch doctor. Are you ready, adventurers?
This area where the bonfire was that you had the battle in, and like I said, you kind of came through a metal door. You're in sort of an antechamber room with another metal door at the end, and you've all kind of readied up. You're right here at the door with your new goblin boss friend Hogor. He grabs the handle of this door and pushes and swings the door open, and you all kind of just pile through the doorway into this room. He's kind of made this guy out to be quite the warrior. So, what you see is not what you expected. This room has been recently converted into what can only be described as like a gentleman's study. There's a fireplace over in the corner. All of the walls have bookshelves that are about halfway covered with books, and there's more kind of stacks of books all around. Makes it look like the shelves are currently being filled. A couple of armchairs. It's a fairly large room. It's about 40 feet across.
So one of my character's attributes or whatever is, first thing I notice every time I enter a room is the valuables. What is valuable in this room?
Well, the books themselves have some value to them. You notice quite a few old tomes in there that would have significant value to the right buyer. Other than that, there's not really a lot. Everything is very well made, all of the items you're seeing, but nothing particularly valuable.
Nothing
as far
gilded or anything?
As far as what you can see. This is...
Joshamee's probably checking for golden candelabras and...
Well, just whatever. He notices the most valuable things in the room.
Right. At this point, this is very much still... You can tell that this room is still being put together.
Mm-hmm.
So it has the appearance of something that will become very nice, but at this point is still under construction. So a lot of those little valuable trinkets are not really laying around the room at this point.
Alright, well, he's still eyeing those books, and he's making sure he's got some space in his pouch in case he gets a chance to nab them.
Okay. So what you do notice, like I said, over kind of on the far side of the room is a fireplace. and there's a couple of these sort of stuffed chairs in front of it, and there's a figure that is sitting in one of the chairs who's very tall. You can actually, even though these are fairly large chairs, his head and shoulders stick quite a bit above the edge of the chair. And then there is a hunched figure that's leaning over a cauldron that sits in the fireplace. So what do you...
Double, toil and trouble. I was actually thinking of...
I'm sorry, do you want to be the DM and do my NPC character voices, or would you like to be your fucking character?
About how big would you say this room is, Harrison?
He said about 40 feet across.
That was actually Joshamee imitating the witch doctor.
Yeah, about 40 feet across. This is definitely a large room. Not particularly tall, probably about 10 feet for the ceilings, but it's a fairly large space.
Could I roll an insight check on the two figures?
Sure, go ahead.
21.
So...
You can name them.
That's Bob.
So you can tell that the figure hunched over the cauldron is a goblin witch doctor, and because you are an elf yourself, you can tell that the figure that is seated in the chair, even though he has his back to you, is a drow, one of the dark elves.
I thought they're typically shorter.
Well, not this one.
So this is the Shaquille O'Neal of the drows.
So is it safe to assume that at this point LaLillia can assume that this is indeed the drow elf we were looking for and it's witch doctor?
Is that what she assumes?
I assume so.
Okay, so you guys have all come busting through the door. Both figures over there have heard you. The witch doctor by the cauldron has sort of startled and looked up at you. The figure sitting in the chair is slowly standing up, but he does not seem nearly as concerned. So are you guys there? Are you going to advance farther into the room? Do you want to stay by the door?
Are there stacks of books just kind of in this room sporadically, or are they all near the fireplace?
There's kind of different bookshelves that dot all around the outside of the outside walls of the room. And so they are either on the bookshelves or kind of stacked near the bookshelves that go around the room.
Alright. Is there a pile near us near the door that, say, if we got to a spat with these guys, I could possibly get behind?
Or
Because I'm kind of low on HP. I'm trying to look out for myself.
Furniture?
We're going to get into battle here.
So there's not really stacks of books that are that big on the ground, and actually there is no furniture. There's a couple of rugs on the ground, but the only actual furniture that's in the room right now is the two chairs that are over by the fireplace.
Dracarys leans over to Holgor and says, "Hey, who the fuck is that?"
That's the man that we're here to kill.
Well, what are we waiting for then? Dracarys draws a hand axe, and I believe the range is 30 feet, and he's gonna roll to throw an axe.
Okay.
20 feet is your range.
20 feet? Is he less than 20 feet away, or is he over 20 feet away?
He is about 40 feet away.
So I walk 30, since my speed is 30, so
Okay.
I'm 10 feet away from him.
Okay. So you are, you've got your axe, you are ready to attack. Before you make your throw, he says, "Oh, Holgor, I see you've found some new friends. Tell me, what has my lowly captain been telling you?"
I would like to perform a stealth check to try and slip into the shadows of the room to not be noticed in case of the attack beginning.
Okay.
He has told us that you've taken over the Goblin Kingdom.
Yeah, he's doing that. He's doing this while
conversation ensues.
the conversation ensues.
Okay.
So as not to be noticed.
I'm actually going to do the same thing, just in the opposite
So-
direction from him.
13.
18.
Okay. Joshamee, you are hidden. You kind of move to the side. You're a little bit hidden just because you're standing still.
And also he's real short.
Dorrin,
quite.
you kind of get more into the shadows, and you're fairly hidden as far as the way things look right now. Josh, I mean, the reason that you're more so hidden is just because this guy does not seem particularly interested in you. Like, it doesn't, as far as you can tell, it doesn't look like he is watching what you're
not
doing.
a threat.
He's like, oh, there's a cute dwarf.
So,
Not quite urban camouflage version of Sherlock Holmes yet.
So what you're saying is he sees me just kind of take this long step to the side right into the shadows.
So this elf, who is indeed Skazik, says,
Oh, I thought you were going to say Scottish.
I hadn't finished addressing him. Holgor has told us that You rule the goblins with a mighty fist, and that you intend great evil on the land. What is your truth? Speak quickly. I'm going to roll a charisma check. Well, an intimidation check.
Okay.
14.
Yeah, no, Skazik is charismatic as fuck. That does nothing. Well, it is true that I do rule the goblins with an iron fist, but don't they need an iron fist? No, I have no intentions of great evil on the land. I merely intend to establish this as a base of operations. My old friend Hogor did not take kindly to being demoted, and apparently has rallied you with some twisted version of the truth to come and try and topple my reign.
So should we kill him instead?
Oh, do as you will. You can leave, you can kill him, whatever suits you best. I just merely need you gone.
Can the rest of us hear this whole conversation?
Yeah, I mean, you're all in the same room, so...
Alright, cool.
I think he's asking about the projection of his voice.
Yeah, I don't know if you're because he's very close. He's 10 feet.
Well, no,
we're all
didn't
40
he
feet.
start speaking before he could really get a move past getting his axes out? So we're still
But
kind
he's still 10 feet away. I mean, around
so
10
he
feet
did
away.
move up?
Yes.
Okay.
It was like as he was readying for his throw, basically, you can almost kind of imagine Skazik like putting a hand up and saying, hold on a second. But, I mean, this room is, like I said, the middle of the room is fairly empty, so it's not like it's dampening the sound. You can all hear what's going on in this conversation.
Dracarys, no! I know these dark elves. We can't trust them.
Oh, please. There's no need to trust me or not trust me. I have no business with you. Just leave.
I'll place my trust on the basis of one thing. What do you know about the Gophers?
Indeed. We are summoned here on a threat. We were sent on this quest by a dwarf named O'Toole. We don't know if you are part of this quest, but I was wondering if you could point us in the right direction.
This is just a side quest. I don't know about this quest.
Because we were told that there is a great evil in this land.
Oh, assuredly there is a great evil in this land. It is below us. However, I don't think that I can let you go down there. You know, it's very dangerous for adventurers such as yourself.
Can I try sneaking around the room as they're talking, like try to get a little
All right.
closer?
Yeah, you can. You're already in stealth, so you can just kind of start trying to
I'm
do
gonna
that.
start circling.
I'd assumed we were
trying to get
kind of
towards the
moving
other
in.
side.
Well, you didn't say that,
Oh.
so
I mean, I punched my way through the door. I'm not exactly afraid of combat.
So we've got Dorrin sneaking one way, and I guess Joshamee kind of blew his cover because he started talking to Skazik. So at this point, his stealth roll was meaningless. So, to answer the question from Dracarys, well, I am sure that you could handle the challenges below, assuredly, but I don't want you to. You see, I have designs for the spirit that resides within this mound, and frankly, I don't want you to spoil the fun. However, if you would like to give up your current quest and pledge yourself to my employ, I'm sure that I could make it very lucrative for you.
You're convincing me I should kill you.
I would strongly caution against that.
How much you offering?
My job is to protect
Well-
these sacred lands of my people. If your dark magic is here, then it must be stopped.
To answer your question, fair dwarf, my friend here has a considerable amount of coinage in that chest he has conveniently placed next to him. As he says that, as you look closer, you do in fact see that next to the fireplace there's a small wooden chest that has some sort of alchemist materials piled on top of it.
At the next convenient moment, whenever someone else picks up conversation with them, I would like to re-roll stealth to try and get back into the shadows and move in closer to them.
Well, you can roll that
grapple
now.
out of it.
How close?
I know, yeah, I know that, but like
So just-
for narrative reasons,
Right, yeah. so
I was
just-
the last one to talk to him, so it's like he's looking at me.
Yeah, so
most
go
likely.
ahead and do your roll though.
All right.
Fate can nothing miss in front of him.
Well, that's a critical fail.
Okay. You were gonna try that, and you actually trip over one of the book stacks and kind of knock it over,
You are
and so you are now kind of the center of attention.
Can I then make a sleight of hand and try and slip one of the books into my bag? We're going away in the sleight of hand.
Go ahead.
That's a 14.
Okay, I think the distance you're at, you can get a book into your bag.
How close am I getting at this point? I'm slipping around the right side of the room towards them.
So you are on the right side. So you are, as they've been talking for a little bit now, so I'd say you're probably about 25 feet away.
How far apart is the witch doctor from Skazik?
Right now, they're actually pretty close.
Are they close to the cauldron at the moment?
Yeah, so the witch doctor is still kind of, he actually, hasn't really left. He's still right next to his cauldron, and, Skazik is standing by his chair. He's kind of stood up, but he's still right next to the chair. So, now as you've been talking, it appears that, Skazik has grown a little bit impatient. He goes, well, either way, I do need a decision from you. I am very busy.
Am I still, back at the back of the room where it's 40 feet away?
Yeah, basically.
Damn.
I'd like to move to about 20 feet away from the witch doctor, and I'm getting a dart ready.
Yeah. So as you creep within 20 feet of this area, the witch doctor actually spins to you, and you see him kind of stick his arm out, and a wand comes out of the sleeve of his robe, and he blasts a magic missile over the top of your head, and it just kind of explodes into the wall. And so we are rolling initiative.
Who else involved in combat? Just the witch doctor and Skazik? Or is Hogar also involved?
That sucks.
I mean, Hogar is involved as well, because he has a vested interest in killing all of these guys.
Okay, I just didn't know which side he would be.
And I assume the rest of you are also jumping in on this.
Dracarys rolled a 4.
4, what did you have? 5? 8? You had an 8?
12. 9.
So right as the magic missile sails over Dorrin's head, Skazik turns, and it looks like he's reaching his arm into the edge of the chair. And as he pulls up, you realize that he actually had a sword concealed within the edge of the chair, which he pulls out.
Is this a one-hand sword, a two-hand sword?
This is a one-handed sword. He pulls this sword, but before he attacks, he turns to Dracarys and looks at you and he says, "Friend, you know that you want to join me." And with that, he actually casts Charm Person. So you're going to need to make a Wisdom saving throw. Go ahead and roll.
2.
Oh, God.
Actually beats it.
Which is actually a 1, considering my wisdom is a -1.
Well, this adventure's going to end pretty fast.
All right, so with the Charm Person...
Works immediately.
What's your health at, buddy?
God damn, is there any way to uncharm a person besides
15.
killing the person who charmed him?
If the failing save throws, the creature is charmed by you until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you.
So wait, if any harm is done to me, I'm pulled out of it?
If me or my companions do damage to you...
Does the witch doctor know that I have been charmed?
Well, I mean, he is standing right there, so it's probably a good bet. But I mean, I guess we don't know that for sure.
My initiative was 4. Y'all got 1 turn.
so like I said, so Skazik reaches out and he says that to you, and then casts Charm Person. So what do you say?
You make a very good argument.
Next up is Hogar.
Oh, that's right, we have our buddy I forgot about.
Hogar is going to charge towards Skazik, and he yells, "Roar!" And about halfway there, about 20 feet, he's going to actually launch a javelin at Skazik. So he throws his javelin, and Skazik actually sees it coming and swings and knocks it to the side with his sword. And so it just kind of flies harmlessly past him and hits the wall. So next up, we have the Witch Doctor up next.
All the bad guys go first.
Yeah, y'all threw real bad. He's going to turn to Dorrin, and he's going to cast Cause Fear.
What
You're about to piss your pants.
Fuck me. Let me guess, it's a charisma saving throw, which I have
It is, yes.
-1 on. Come on, 20. If there was ever a time I needed a 20. 16.
Not going to do it.
Damn it!
With cause fear, you awaken the sense of mortality in one creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you until the spell ends. The frightened target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on its stealth on a success. So you're frightened of the Witch Doctor, basically.
Alright.
So you're going to try and avoid him if you can.
Alright.
Just the witch doctor, though.
Right.
Okay.
So next up is Joshamee.
Joshamee says to Scottish, whatever his name was,
Skazix.
He says, you have a pretty enticing tempting offer, and I think I'll take you up on the gold. However, I also want what's in the trove below, so fuck you, I'ma kill you. And he takes out both of his daggers, and he's gonna throw both of them at Skazik.
Did he walk towards him at all?
Oh, yes. While he's saying that, he walks forward the 25 feet he can move.
Alright.
So, first one is 7.
So that's not going to do it.
And then the second one is 11.
That is not going to do it either.
I talk a pretty tough game, but when it comes down to it, I found that I'm not very good. Love you.
So both of your daggers just kind of sail past him. Next is Dorrin.
Okay. I'm about 25 or 20 feet away from him. First, I'm going to throw a dart at Skazix. That's 21.
That is going to hit.
Good. Some of us can throw things accurately.
Ooh.
And I hit him for 5.
5 points of damage, alright.
Yep, 5 piercing damage. And then I'm going to take my movement and move 15 feet back away from him.
Okay.
Oh, and I have to do a saving roll to not be afraid of what's-his-face anymore. That's a 9.
That's not going to do it. So, next up is LaLillia.
So LaLillia is going to cast her second spell, and she's going to cast Guiding Bolt, which is a flash of light that streaks towards the creature of your choice. I'm going to pick Skazik.
Okay.
And if it hits, it does 4d6 radiant damage.
13 against. That is not going to hit.
Got some beefy boys here. Some beefy boys.
Yeah.
So how's that look to us? You gotta paint this picture for us.
So, okay. Well,
She fucks up bad.
she missed. She shot her shot and didn't go so well.
Well, that was a happening thing.
So, now we have Dracarys is up.
Dracarys is gonna pull out one of his hand axes, and I guess he's going to swing at the closest enemy, or the closest person he sees as an enemy, which would probably be, isn't that LaLillia?
I think Dorrin. Didn't Dorrin sneak behind?
Dorrin is on the right side of the room.
Way.
You moved 15 feet back.
Oh, I'm still at the 40 feet.
25 feet forward.
Oh, you're still the 40 feet?
So I think Joshamee is probably the closest to you.
Alright.
Oh, that's right, because I moved up 25 feet to throw them daggers, huh?
Yeah.
Hogor is pretty close to you as well, so they're probably about the same distance. So
he's gonna throw a hand axe at Hogor.
at Hogor, okay.
12.
Doesn't Geralta be able to do just the attack bonus?
Yeah, 12 is
Attack
not
bonus
going to
is
do
your
it.
Dexterity plus your proficiency. If you're proficient with the weapon.
Oh.
So you throw at him and it just bounces off of his chainmail, and you do not do damage to him. We're back up to the top of the order, which is Skazik. He's going to move forward a little ways, about 10 feet, and then he is going to reach onto his back and pull out a hand crossbow and try to fire off a bolt at LaLillia. That is 11.
It does not hit.
Okay. So he's actually right at the edge of his effective range, so I think his shot just kind of goes wide. Because, shooting a one-handed crossbow is a little bit difficult at that kind of a range. So next up we have Hogor, and I think that he is actually just going to ignore the axe that went at him because he is just blinded by rage for Skazik. So he's actually going to continue running and pull out his scimitar and take a swing at Skazik and just totally misses. So the witch doctor sees Hogor on kind of this blind path towards Skazik. So in an effort to protect Skazik, the witch doctor is going to shoot off a magic missile at Hogor. However, a consequence of that, because everyone is so close, Dracarys, you are also going to have to be potentially in that. So that's a 10. Not going to hit Hogor. Is a 10 going to hit on Dracarys?
No.
Okay. So his missile just kind of flies on past there. So then we are to Joshamee.
Well, I moved up 25 feet, and then Skazik's moved in 10 feet. If he was 40 feet away, that put me at 15. Oh, so he's only 5 feet in front of me. Well, off to the right a little bit. Still, I'm going to now engage him with my 2 short swords.
Alright.
Nat 20 plus 5, 25.
Alright, yeah, that is gonna hit.
Cool. So 12.
12 points of damage on
Yes.
Skazik. Alright.
So with my second attack, 14.
That actually does not hit.
Oh well.
However, your initial swing is enough. What happens is, as you come running in, because of his height, he's not prepared for someone coming at him so close to the ground, and he actually swings right over the top of your head, leaving himself fully exposed, and you just bury your sword into his stomach, and he drops.
Wait, he's donezo? He's dead?
He's done.
Skazik is?
Skazik is down.
Which means I'm no longer charmed.
At that point, Dracarys is sort of really... Actually, can you throw me like an athletics check?
Absolutely. 19.
As the spell kind of goes off, you sort of have like you feel almost a wave rush over you, and it staggers you, but you still stay on your feet, and then and at this point you realize what has happened to you and how you've been charmed. Next up, we have Dorrin.
Alright, well, I'm still scared of this douchebag. So, I'm gonna ready the dodge action, which is, if he, attacks... If I have to make a saving throw, or if he has to go against my AC, he has disadvantage against my AC, and I have advantage against a saving throw. And I'm also now going to roll to see if I'm no longer scared of him. Fuck me, 7.
Yeah, that is not gonna do it.
Quivering in my boots.
So basically, you cannot do anything this turn?
He did something. He readied an action. Sort of cowering in the corner, essentially. He's ready to run if he needs
Yeah, I'm
to.
ready to move out of the way.
So next up is LaLillia.
LaLillia's gonna pull out her light crossbow and is gonna shoot a bolt right at that there witch doctor.
Alright.
So 15.
This crossbow bolt comes flying in, and the witch doctor is actually holding out her hand like she's about to cast a spell, and takes the crossbow bolt right into the arm. Right through the forearm. So go ahead and roll damage.
11 piercing.
11...
I used
Wow.
to be a witch doctor like
Now
you.
you understand.
But then I
That's a
took an
strong-
arrow to the arm.
Must have hit an artery.
So this, this wound is very bloody, and there's quite a bit of blood spilling out of this. This is not great.
shouldn't have been on blood thinners.
So, Dracarys, you are up next.
Yeah, Dracarys is going to approach the witch doctor and pull out his 2-handed axe, his extra big one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to go for the head chop.
Alright.
And he rolls a 3.
Yeah, a 3 is not gonna do it. So, we'll just say that you swung too high. You were a little too overzealous on the head chop.
Too
and
tall,
just,
dude.
Dracarys only aims at people his height.
That's not a lot of people.
Next up is Hogor, and he is going to go ahead and take a run at the witch doctor and swing with his scimitar. So he hits on the witch doctor. He finishes off the job that Dracarys couldn't quite do and just lops that good old head clean off. And
swing.
as he does so, he just roars,
I have bested them!
Alright, cool. I'm gonna go grab the gold now.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I actually recognize Hogor or if I continue combat?
if you recognize Hogor,
Yeah. I
Do you
did
have
just come out of charm.
Alzheimer's or something?
I did just come out of charm person.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and roll.
That's 13.
Okay, yeah, I mean he's definitely Hogor. You know what's up.
Your dementia didn't kick in.
Oh wait, nope, that's a 10.
With a 10, I think you still know this is.
Oh no, you're still Ogor. Okay, it's all good.
I did draw my axe though.
That's true.
Alright. I recover my axe. Can we forage any, like, extra bolts?
Actually, wasn't it? So as Joshamee goes for the chest, Hogor is actually going to hold his sword in between you and the chest.
Hold there!
Whoa. Nobody gets between me and my gold.
This is my gold! Skazik stole it from me!
I'll fight you for it.
And he takes a swing at you. So
Dumbass.
I'm not helping.
that's a 9 versus AC.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna happen?
Not gonna happen.
Alright, so he misses his swing. What are you doing?
I am going to swing at him with both of my short swords.
Okay.
Alright, let's do this. 18.
That one is gonna hit.
Alright, and then 1d6 plus 3. 6 damage.
Okay.
On the second swing. 22.
That is also gonna hit.
Alright, 4. 4 damage.
Okay. Just like that, you have also killed off Hogor. He drops to the ground.
Like I said, nobody gets between me and my gold.
Angry draws, am I right?
Well done, but unfortunately, we have to figure out where we're going now.
Well, he said it was underneath, so we go down, obviously.
So, inside of the chest is 110 silver pieces and 54 gold pieces. So,
Oh, and they're all mine, by the way.
is Joshamee going to try to steal all of those, or
Try.
Are you
He just
playing-
takes it all. He killed everyone. He deserves
I'm gonna
it.
roll an intimidation check to make him share. And that is a 21.
How do I fight an intimidation check?
You roll your charisma.
You better surrender your gold.
What'd you get?
And distribute.
21.
I'm not even gonna roll. My charisma's -1. Even a 20 would take me down.
Who's quivering their boots now?
I'll fight you for it.
That doesn't sound
I
like
can't.
somebody in
I
fear.
lost a charisma intimidation, so no way I'm gonna challenge him against it.
Distribute that
Okay,
amongst
while these
us.
idiots are fighting over gold, can I do a perception check around the room, see if there's a way to go down where we're supposedly
Thank you.
going?
A way to continue.
Yeah,
Sure, go ahead.
Because
And,
you didn't mention any doors or anything. I got a 4.
There's books in the room.
Okay.
and then can I, if I intend to steal something from him, can I do a sleight of hand check
From who?
on the dead Drow elf, whatever his name was?
I think if he's dead, you can just search him.
I want to search this dude.
Okay. You've got, on this guy, he has a hand crossbow.
Okay.
So if you want to scavenge that off of him, then you could carry a second crossbow with you, which you would still have to obviously take turns to, reload your crossbows, but then you would have a second crossbow you could use in different situations. So the stats on that are 1d6 piercing and has a range of 30 feet accurately and then 120 feet after that.
I don't even know if I want that.
Well, I mean, you can always get rid of it later, too.
While he's debating on that, I would like to both roll a sleight of hand to see if I can get away with half of the gold and then distribute the other half between the other 3 members of the party. And then I'd also like to search Hogor's body.
The answer to the first question is no.
Aww.
Because you lost a charisma check.
Alright, I still want to search Hogor.
You want to search Hogor?
Yes.
And I'd like
You
to...
said something about a sword, and I want that sword if
Thing
it's
is-
what I think it is.
I think it's a long sword.
I know. I'm proficient in long
and
swords.
also-
He has a scimitar.
A scimitar?
Oh. And I'd like to search the witch doctor before anyone else gets any ideas.
I don't get 2 shits about a witch doctor. You
Okay.
gotta do nothing.
Never know.
Well, I can tell you, the witch doctor does not really have anything of interest. I mean, she had a wand, if you really want to take her wand.
Not so much.
Otherwise, there was just various alchemy potions and things.
one body.
Did anyone already claim the Dark Elf's sword?
Guy here.
Oh.
No, he was looking at Hogar's sword, the scimitar.
Wait, can I actually look at? Can I
was-
look at the? While I was over there, can I look at it?
Because I'm proficient with those sorts of weapons, and
Are you
short swords can be thrown,
Right.
can't they?
He has
That's a
scimitar.
long sword, I'm pretty sure.
No, the drow, he was definitely carrying a short
Oh.
sword.
If he's got a short sword, you can have it. I've already got two. It's a long sword.
Okay,
I want.
He has a short sword.
And those can be thrown, yes?
I don't think you can throw short. You can throw daggers, but not short swords. I don't think.
No,
Okay.
you can't.
But it does fall under my proficiencies.
If you want something throwable,
I already have 2 axes that I can throw.
I was you
And
could
4
you could always
javelins.
go after Hogar's javelin.
I am going after his javelin. Just one?
He only had one javelin.
Alright. So I will add that, so I have a total of 5.
Oh, scimitar's a martial melee weapon. That's not something I'm proficient in. Are you proficient in martial weapons?
Yes.
I'll trade you the scimitar that he's got for that javelin, because I can't use the scimitar. If I can use the javelin, it's a light weapon, or a simple melee weapon.
Are you saying this as Rick or as Joshamee?
Both. We are one.
Well, character voices, please.
Alright.
Thank you for that.
Hey, I found a scimitar. I don't think I'm gonna use it, but that javelin looks pretty nice. I was eyeing it before you picked it up.
Well, I see no reason why I can't trade it. Thank
Alright.
you for distributing the gold as fit.
Here you go. Yeah, that's
How much gold do we
no problem. He says as his eye twitches incredibly hard.
How much gold do I get?
It was 110 silver and 54 gold, so 27 silver apiece and 13 gold apiece.
Now, is anyone else going to do a perception check, or are we going to stand around here debating gold?
Fine. Perception check. Here we go. 12.
So with a 12 in the chest that you were pulling the gold out of, you notice a small book in there. And as you open it up and read it, you see that, in fact, Skazik had plans to marshal some of the powers that are contained in this barrow and launch them into an attack on Wolf's Hold. So there's all these things about the darkness below and about a passageway that goes down into this area.
Is this shared knowledge or just individual?
Well, there's some gobbledygook about some darkness or something, but the only thing I know is there's a passage that leads down there. You happy, little monk man?
Quite.
All right, let's
I
go.
say we find it.
So I lead them to the passage using the information from the book.
Well,
I do that.
where the passage isn't in the book. It
What?
just says that there is a passage.
All right. Well, I know there's a passage.
You can't
We
find the hidden passages with a garbage perception roll. Come on.
Yo, I can see in the dark. So
Throw me a
should
freaking
I?
bone here.
Can I do a precision?
Well, it's not
perception?
exactly dark in the room, but go ahead and throw a perception. Otherwise, I was.
Well, it's 4.
There's books on the walls.
Neat.
The same thing I got.
16.
16. All right.
So the least perceptive motherfucker.
With a 16.
He leans on a book and triggers a door.
With a
This one looks out of place.
With a 16, you notice that there is a bookshelf that is not quite flush with the wall. It's resting slightly crooked. And as you pull on it,
Oh, you're gonna punch this one.
it actually swings out to reveal a passage that leads down into the depths.
This is bothering my OCD.
Is
Whoa!
there any light in the passage?
Hey, but you wouldn't have found it if I didn't put it in the passage. You're welcome.
No, the passage is dark.
Okay, I'm going to pull my glowing orb back out of my pack.
I'm still wearing mine on my head.
You still look like a dork.
I pull mine out as well. The gland.
Time to whip out your glowing orbs.
I'm gonna whip my gland out.
LaLillia also pulls her
Oh,
glowing orb out.
we had to go there, huh?
What are you looking for?
Looking.
He's looking for what monster he can throw at us in this hallway.
So,
Obviously.
as you go through this this hallway, it's winding. It kind of winds around and down, almost like as a big circular passage as it's going down. So you've been walking in this for a couple hundred yards. You've gone down, it feels like probably 50 or 60 feet. And I need all of you to roll a saving throw.
Which saving
one?
throw?
Was it athletics?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you want us to roll athletics?
I got 16.
So, athletics is not one of the saving throws?
Yeah, it is. It's the fourth one down. Oh, no, it's in your skills.
Oh, so we're not doing a saving throw, we're just doing an athletic.
Well, it's a
Athletics
but not. What is it? The when you're avoiding an attack.
Acrobatics.
Dexterity saving.
Dexterity. Thank you.
Hell yeah, I got 19 then.
12.
12.
5.
Good.
I thought we only put 2.
I trip on 3 rocks and get punched in the face by a goblin.
You guys both had 12, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Neither are going to be the only ones that survive.
He definitely got through.
The 3 of you, Dorrin dodges out of the way as from the side wall of this passage, the wall kind of just erupts and 2 shapes come flying out and hit the 3 of you for 2 points of damage each.
I just cartwheel out of the way, all monk style.
And as they sit there in the light of your 2 lamps,
Heal me, cleric.
you
He
see
uses spells, bro.
you see that these are in fact giant centipedes. You guys want to go ahead and roll some quick initiative for me here?
12.
1. Well, no, I guess I have to
That's a
add-
7.
Is it?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Where would you be
So
without
a
Bronson?
10.
15.
16.
Okay. So, as these centipedes kind of spin around in the passageway and come back at you, we're gonna have one of them take a shot at Dracarys. 18?
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
18 is gonna hit. Alright, so that is 5 points of damage.
Alright.
And next up is Dorrin.
How far are they away, or am I?
They are right in your face. They're under 5 feet. So they're right up next to you, and this passage is probably only about 10 feet across.
Oh,
It's
fucking great. Okay,
tight
fuck
corner
it.
I have
here.
fallen victim to this
He hugs
surprise
them.
attack.
He gives him a good hug.
The one nearest to me, I guess, I'm going to take my short sword and do an attack with that, plus a bonus on arm strike.
Okay.
Okay, short sword first. 8.
That is not going to do it.
And then an 11.
Also not going to do it.
And then I'm going to run 30 feet away from this guy.
Okay.
Basically, he ends up back in the previous room.
Howard.
No,
Pulls a
you're
Scooby-Doo.
No, you're several. You're several hundred yards down this path, so you're not near the previous room. He backs up a
Both
little
hits, I'm not taking a hit for nothing.
All right.
What's your
So
health at?
5.
next up is Joshamee.
I am going to pull out both of my short swords and come out. Oh, wait! No! I'm going to pull out a javelin and a wait, can I? No, I'll just pull out both short swords. I don't think I can dual wield with a javelin.
No.
So, first one. 17.
That one's going to hit.
Alright. And then that is 9.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah. So, and
The
that's-
second one hit as well?
I don't know, I haven't
I haven't
rolled
rolled it
yet.
yet.
19.
That one also hits.
Alright. That's 5.
This centipede just kind of gets like head chopped clean off,
Josh me for the win today. Jeez.
and sort of seizes and kind of like curls up in on itself in a ball and just kind of
I thought it
rolls
was
up on the ground.
Oh, you get rid of the freaking daggers, just go all out with
You
it.
guys are between me and my gold that's at the bottom, out of my way.
Next up is Dracarys.
He pulls out both of his hand axes.
Okay,
And that's 16.
that is gonna hit.
5.
5 points of damage.
5
Alright.
slashing.
Okay,
The second one's 4.
that one does not hit. But I think what actually happens here is Dracarys flips both of his axes around, so he's got the blunt ends, and swings the one axe into the creature's head, driving it into the second axe, and just crushes his head between the 2 axes, and then pulls them apart as bug juice drips off of them. And that is where we're going to leave it.
So
for
what? How much
this week.
experience did we get today?
Today. Okay, so you each get, from the centipedes, you each get 25 XP apiece. Hogar gives you 50 XP apiece.
It's 144.
What can I say except you're welcome?
I dig it. I think we all leveled up.
And we still
It
got
depends.
the XP from killing
we need to get to 300 experience points, so we're
the
halfway
witch
there.
doctor and
And then from the Witch Doctor and Skazik,
Skazik.
putting them together, you each get 125 apiece.
269.
269.
We went from 69. We got 200 experience points today, boys.
Hell yeah.
Our second round.
We went from 69 to 269.
Hey, I killed a couple dudes so you could level up. Now I expect some payment in return. By which I mean approximately 27 silver pieces and 13 gold pieces apiece.
Not a fucking chance.
You're fucking crazy.
I almost want to roll that intimidation check to scare you out of your own money.